got a big bag, let me take that. Show me where your friends at, we can flip that. Let me put you on the game. 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 I'll show you where the red at, where the blue at. Show you where they flip that, where they bitch at. Let me put you on the game. Let me put you on the game. Let me put you on the game. Let me put you on the game right now.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Alex. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. We gotta talk about two topics because Lil Durk done made the block hot on this again. So we're gonna go ahead and knock it out. And that is, does your past matter and does your body count matter? Now I brought up past first because this is the stupid topic to me and it doesn't take that long to negate this. Absolutely your past matters. Okay, and I'm talking specifically the ladies on this past part because y'all are the only ones who don't seem to understand this. Men know that their past matters. If you ask a dude if he's been to jail before, he's not going to say, oh, that's in my past, what are you asking me that for? Because it's a logical question. If I've been to jail because I murdered somebody, you have a right to want to know that. If I've been to jail for domestic violence, you have the right to want to know that, okay? If I've been to jail because I was in a gang, you have the right to want to know that. The only ones who tend to complain about you asking about their past is women. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, they might not admit it, but the honest God truth is, that's because women did a lot of things in their past when they were young and dumb, as they like to call it, that they're ashamed of, and they don't want to talk about, they don't want to acknowledge, and they don't want it brought up. So they want to set the rules. Women love to set the rules, but they don't want to follow the rules or have rules set for them. They'll ask you all types of invasive questions, okay? Like, yo, when you ever go on in any type of, like, when you ever try to amp up to dating a woman, right? Or you have interest in being in a monogamous relationship with her or possibly courting her for marriage, right? What's one of the #1 questions women ask you? And it's about your past. And I'm going to answer, of course, because we're not on live stream. That question is, when's the last time you were in a relationship? And guess what? That's your past. But they have no problem asking that question, okay? And this is a question men and women should be asking, but if I'm gonna be completely honest with you, women don't even ask this question most of the time, but both of you should be, but I know dudes ain't really asking either. But you should be and ask, when was the last time you was tested? Guess what that refers to? Your past. So to make any type of an argument that your past shit matter is stupid. I get alarmed whenever I hear women say that because I'm already like, what type of skeleton do you have in your closet? What type of graveyard do you have in your closet? What's gonna come dancing out if I open up your closet? It's gonna be like the Nightmare Before Christmas, and Skeletor gonna come out your closet doing the two-step. That's how much stuff you did in your past, and that's why you don't want to answer the question. So yes, your past matters. It matters for men. It matters for women. If you don't want to deal with that, then just don't deal with nobody on that level. Go be a hoe or something. I don't know what to tell you because you want to be serious. You're gonna get asked about your past. They have the right to ask about your past. You should answer the goddamn question. Now, let's get straight into body counts. Do body counts matter? Absolutely, body counts matter. Okay, and here's the crazy thing: women complain again for the most part. They're the ones who complain the most about this. Well, I don't understand why body counts matter, but it's a reason that they complain about this because see, body counts matter to women too. I repeat, body counts matter to women too, fellas. I remember when I was 19 years old, okay? One of the first girls that I started dealing with, okay? This was like my first girlfriend actually because I was a hoe in high school. I remember when I was 19 years old, like 19 years old in college, right? And I was dating this girl and she said, what's your body count to me? She brought it up. And first of all, you'll be surprised. It's usually women who bring this question up. And there's a reason for that, but we'll get to that. But anyway, she brought it up and I told her, you know, what my number was and she said, good. And I was like, why are you saying good? She's like, because if it was lower than that, I wouldn't talk to you. Because you have to sleep with a certain amount of women. And I said, what you mean by that? She's like, oh, well, if you hadn't slept with a certain amount of women, I would have assumed something was wrong with you. And there's something that I must be missing. Because, you know, whatever, like dudes are dogs. Dudes sleep with a lot of women. That was basically her logic. See, what women think is if you haven't conquered a certain amount of women, then we don't even want to deal with you. We don't even want to talk to you, okay? Another reason that they ask y'all that question before y'all ask them is because they're going to listen to whatever number you gave and they're always going to give a number lower than that. And it's almost always going to be a lie. Because I told you guys before, women will always have more sexual partners than men because they're the gatekeepers of sex. Just that simple, okay? A woman sees a hot guy and she wants to sleep with a hot guy, she's going to be able to sleep with a hot guy 9 out of 10 times. They don't have to put in half the work, time, energy, and effort that we do. So they're going to always have a higher body count than you. But they ask you that question first so that they can make sure they don't say anything higher than what you said. But even deeper than that, like she said, they also want to know, are you conquering people? Because see, women want the key that can open any lock. I repeat, women want the key that can open any lock because they take pride in being like, look at this dude, he was a dog, he was a player, he's banging all the chicks, but I'm the one who got him to settle down. I'm the one who got him to be a family man. I'm the one who got him the ring. But see, why they get confused about body counts, why they get angry, is because we don't operate like that. They don't understand that men are from Mars, women are from Venus, or however that quote goes. We are not the same, okay? We have different thought patterns when it comes to certain stuff, and this is one of them. Because just like a woman wants a key that can open any lock, a man wants a lock that cannot be opened by any key. And this is in contrast to how women think. So they get mad because we want the body count to be lower. Generally speaking, we like, hey, we don't want you, if you've been opened up by anybody, spreading your legs by anybody, letting anybody blow your back out, letting anybody bend you over the rails, just slurping dudes off left and right. We don't want that. We want someone that's more exclusive. Now, let me tell you something, ladies. This is going to be very unfair when you're younger because most women, and I've said this to you before, guys, but most women have a double-digit body count by the time they leave in high school, okay? And most dudes, high school and college age, are going to think a double-digit body count is high. Now, me having always had female friends and hanging around women, I know that it's not, okay? Look, when I was 21 years old, my female best friend at the time had 24 bodies. I repeat, at 21 years old, she had 24 bodies. All right, so thinking the double digits is too high once you get past pretty much 18 is already ludicrous to me, but that's neither here nor there. I'm not going to get into that because, like I said, women's just going to cap. They're not going to tell the truth about that anyway. My rule on body counts has always been this. I've never put a number to it, okay? Because I don't believe your body count is what makes you a hoe or not. That's a whole nother video. I'll break that down later, okay? But I don't put a number to it. I just have 3 rules, okay? As long as you don't have any STDs, as long as you ain't sleep with anyone that I know, as long as you ain't got ran through in a place that I frequent, then we're fine. Good. What do I mean by that? Don't be having a bunch of people who I work with who done banged your cakes, okay? Don't have my whole college or my whole high school done banged your cakes. So I can't take you to the high school reunion. I can't take you to college homecoming because everybody done blew your back out, okay? Don't be running rampant in this city that we're in, okay? Wherever we live, everyone should not have blown your back out. I should be able to go to dinner with you. I should be able to go to a party with you. I should be able to go to a festival with you without everybody looking like, oh, he with her. That's my only standard. I don't really give a damn about a number, okay? Your number could be whatever. I don't even ask. I don't ask the body count question because women make the mistake of thinking that this is the 1990s where they're like, oh, you can sleep with all these dudes and we can be discreet and nobody's going to talk about it. Let me tell you something. The only way you're going to be discreet when you're sleeping with dudes is if you're fat or you're ugly. If you're fat or you're ugly, then it's going to be discreet because please believe dudes are not going to want everyone to know that he smashed you. But if you're a 7 or higher, I repeat, if you're a 7 or higher, there ain't no discretion. Anyone who he knows, he's going to tell he smashed you. And if you walked into a club, if you walked in a restaurant or you walked into wherever and you're 8, 9, 10 or whatever the case may be, because you're that fine, he's going to want everyone to know that he smashed you. And men have little mixed signals that women don't understand, just like women have little mixed signals that men don't understand. So a man's going to know if another man smashed you 9 out of 10 times. Y'all not discreet. It's 2022. We know what you're doing. Just give it up, okay? Just give it up at the end of the day. Now, me personally, like I said, I think judging women by the number in their body count is dumb. But like any other man, I wouldn't want a woman who's been ran through in my area either. I think what a lot of y'all misunderstand about what Lil Durk said is Lil Durk's not necessarily saying, oh, she don't got a lot of body as if she hasn't done anything. He means she don't have a lot of bodies in the hood. He means he can go in the industry or he can go in his hood or on his block and he can bring her around and not a whole bunch of people have ran through her there. Okay? And I think that's where a lot of you ladies miss. Now, some dudes do go by a number. You have some dudes out here who say, nah, I got a number in my head, and if you go past that number, I'm not talking to you. And these are usually the dudes who either looking for virgins when they want to settle down, or they're looking for girls who are close to virgins as they can be. But these dudes don't know women, because if these dudes knew women, and I'm not shitting on virgins, I'm just being honest. If they knew women, they would know virgins are still getting their back blown out. They're just not doing it vaginally, they're doing it anally, okay? And virgins are also giving a 7-Eleven Slurpee to pretty much anyone that they date to keep this dude from leaving them and to make up for the fact that they're not willing to have sex. And in my opinion, what the hell is the difference between giving a dude a blowjob and having sex with the dude? To be honest with you, I'd rather you just let the dude blow your back out than to swallow his kids, if we're being honest. But, you know, dudes think they're smart and they think they're getting over or something when they use that method, okay? So those are the dudes who will look for that. And I think that having a number of a body count is ridiculous. Like I said, as long as you didn't sleep with anyone that I know, you ain't got no STDs, you didn't get your back blown out all crazy in any place that I frequent, I really do not care. But do by body counts matter? Absolutely, of course they matter. They matter for men, they matter for women. It is what it is, get over it. Because at the end of the day, if you're a select man and you got enough bodies that it's going to work in your favor, you don't care about the body count rule. And if you're a woman who you know, you're not a lock that can be opened by any key, you was only dealing with elite men, you were only dealing with the best of the best, you didn't have a low self-esteem, or as women always say, I was in a low point at that point in life. If you didn't have that low point because you had a dad around, or you had a man, or you had someone, your mom, your sister, who was keeping your self-esteem high and telling you what you deserve, then there won't be a lot of dudes who deserve you in the first place, and this conversation won't even be a big deal. Let me tell you something. The only women who get mad about you asking their body count are hoes. I repeat, the only women who get mad about you asking them their body count is hoes. They're going to say, oh, that's not true. Yes, it is. Otherwise, you wouldn't be mad about it. It's that simple. There's nothing else to cut into it. So yes, your past matters. Yes, your body counts matter. It just is what it is. Everything in life ain't fair. Yes, there's stereotypes. Everything's not a picket fist. This ain't a Disney movie. Everything's not nice. Everything doesn't work in your favor. Deal with it. Make the adjustments. But yes, it matters. It matters to men. It matters to women. All right? I'm Alex, and I'm out. Peace.